Hey guys, Jennifer here. Thanks for joining my channel tonight. It's been a hot minute. I missed you guys. I've got my Mood Tarot with us tonight, the old smart-ass tarot deck that I love to use so much. I brought it out this evening because we're going through Mercury Retrograde and Saturn Retrograde. Saturn Retrograde is really going to highlight and teach us how to do all that self-parenting that we need to learn how to do, holding ourselves accountable to the routines and the structures of our day-to-day life, following through the promises that we make on things that are going to better ourselves and help us like elevate to the next level and achieve our goals. So Saturn in retrograde is definitely going to teach us a lot about positive goal setting. The Mercury in retrograde, that can always cause issues with communication, with travel, business deals and business ventures like that. But if things fall apart during this time, it can really highlight like why. Anytime you have a retrograde, no matter what planet it is, something falls apart in that area, it's highlighting why. There was already a weakness there and it needs to be like resolved or at least looked at. It doesn't necessarily have to be resolved during that retrograde, but it needs to be like looked at and understood. This Mercury retrograde is going to be very interesting because it's in Gemini. So we're in Gemini season and it's Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is the planet for Gemini. So this is going to be really, really fun. I'm excited to see what the next couple of months bring for us. So tonight I've got the Mood Tarot, my little smartass tarot deck here. I'm going to pull 3 cards for each retrograde, what the retrograde is trying to teach us. And yeah. May the odds be forever in your favor. And this is kombucha tea, not beer. I'm cutting back on drinking, but I like drinking these. I feel better on a cellular level, and also like it makes me feel like I'm holding a beer. So that's kind of cool. But all right, let's start with the Saturn retrograde because that one happened the other day. All right, universe. The Saturn retrograde. What lesson are you teaching us, my Instagram family, with this Saturn retrograde? We already had one. Let's get 2 more. We have 2 more cards. What lesson are you teaching us with this Saturn retrograde? Yeah. Well, the first one that came out, I'll go ahead and show you. I'm only mostly dead. It's a Monty Python reference for those of you who get it. Yeah, 10 of Swords, being stabbed in the back, partly or just basically like one of the worst days of your life, just face down in the fucking gutter, like everything has gone to shit. The good news about the 10 of Swords, if there is a such thing as good news about 10 of Swords, it's only up from here. So when you have the 10 of Swords and everything has just gone to shit, it's a time of healing, but don't even try to do that, really. It's just stay down. Just lay there and just rest. Like, don't even try to get up at that moment. Wait for the medic. Don't try to save yourself. Wait for the medic to show up. Yeah. All right, 2 more. Interesting. Okay. And these just jumped right out. Holy cow, that one's, I guess we get a bonus card for that one. So the Saturn in retrograde is going to take us to a point of just like this grinding halt, right? Like whatever plans that we had fucking canceled. Like we're cancel culturing ourselves at this point. Like we're done, just fucking done. It looks like the reason why is because we've been putting a lot of our energy into a project that's fucking dead. So it needs to be reevaluated. And that's why you're laying face down in the gutter. Like there's a lot of your energy and focus, and these actually could have came out like this because they just jumped out. But either way, a lot of your energy and focus has gone into a project with this Three of Pentacles in reverse, that you were even potentially spearheading this project, and maybe there's some issues with the people that you were working with. There was some sort of cracks in the foundation here, and the amount of energy that you were putting into that with all those cracks in the foundation is just kind of so don't be surprised, like if the project that you've been working on, a lot of us have been working on a project for like the past couple of months, really trying to bring that to fruition. If it does kind of like blow up in your face and give you this feeling of just absolute fucking defeat. This isn't going to be a physical thing. This is going to be very mental. It's with the swords, you know, that's a sign of like a lot of anxieties, a lot of those mental traps, a lot of those mind games that like that shitty voice in all of our heads likes to play with us and tell us about what, you know, everything that we did wrong. But this is the lesson of the Saturn retrograde, you know, it's holding yourself accountable to your game plan and to that goal setting. And we may have jumped the gun somewhere on this project, or maybe we got sidetracked, and or maybe we invited some people into this project to help us out that maybe did not have our best interests at heart. And for whatever reason, when like the boost of energy came along, the project just like it could not, the infrastructure just could not withstand that, and it crumbled. And so it's put us in this Ten of Swords position. Now, this does not mean abandon ship. Saturn retrograde is about reevaluating how can we restructure this thing? What do we need to like take apart and fiddle with and fix and put back together? Or maybe we need to like replace some pieces with some more like updated. But it's really, this is going to be an opportunity. I mean, it sucks because you're kind of going back. You may think initially when this happens that you're going back to square one, but it's not 100% square one, because you've already come so far with like your knowledge base of what you want to do and how you want to do this, but you're still, it is like taking you like a couple of steps back, and that sucks, but it's giving you the opportunity to rebuild this thing in such a way that it's gonna be impenetrable, you know. It's gonna be like have like a nice solid fucking structure. By the time Saturn retrograde is over, like you're not gonna have these problems anymore. You're going to iron out all of the kinks with all of this. Interesting enough, that fourth card that tried to jump out, even though that I asked for 3 and initially did get 3, and then this fourth one just kind of like jumped out. The Queen of Wands, she's got a lot of energy. Hers is a very fiery and passionate energy. Sometimes it can be even like a sexual energy, similar to the Pentacles, but whereas the Queen of Pentacles is kind of homey, like the Empress, like she is definitely like a go-getter and is not afraid to like ask for or even demand what she needs. For some of you, it may be saying to embody some of this energy. So to use, instead of like the King where you would go out and demand what it is you want with the Queen, because of, you know, you've got other people in this project with you. You may have to schmooze. You may have to get rid of some of these people, that sort of thing. So you're not going to be able to just walk into this situation and say, I want this like this, and I want this like that, and I want this like the other. Queens tend to use their power of persuasion. So use that like a feminine wiles, I guess, to kind of get your problems handled, to find the solutions, to get people to agree to the solution. So that's going to be a lot of sometimes even like making people feel like it was their idea to begin with, to get this stuff rolling, you know. A little bit of mind game here, but it's definitely yeah, you're going to have to use that power of persuasion to get the things that you want to happen. But the Queen of Wands is still definitely like a very fiery, very passionate, very like get shit done kind of person. She's got a lot of initiative, and that's what it's going to take to get the ball rolling again right now, because you're in this spot of like feeling like kind of self-defeated. It's not a time to get the ball rolling again. I'm reiterating, like, it's more or less time for reevaluating and restructuring. But to get people on board with that, you're going to have to use like those mental powers of persuasion to, you know, get people to do the things that you need them to do the restructuring that you need. Holy cow. Holy fuck. This could also be employing a fiery woman that you know, like maybe one will pop up in your life, and you can utilize her skills to help you get, you know, like remaster this thing and kind of she may be the one that's gonna help like take those master plans and like push that forward in motion, almost like an ambassador or some sort of like a representative. I can't think of the right word, like representing like your ideas, because sometimes when you're dealing with certain types of people, you need that pretty face. Like that's the way the world is, you know. Sometimes certain messages are received better when you have somebody like this giving them. So either you should embody this type of energy, or a woman is going to come into your life that has this type of energy. What is that? We've Aries, Sag, Leo type of energy that's going to be able to make the shit happen and push the things forward, but is going to be able to do it in such a persuasive way that everybody's going to be like on board and yippee skippy. Yeah. Fuck. That's a lot. Saturn retrograde. Okay. So yeah, reevaluate. The time is coming to reevaluate like the structures of what your project has, and all these little cracks are gonna show. All right, well, we didn't even ask for cards yet. We got two that came up. Somebody's been partying too much. Somebody's been partying too much. I don't know who this is for, but we got these two right next to each other. Somebody's been partying too much and now you're hungover. I wonder if that's, you know, that's a message for someone out there. Pay attention. Quit getting distracted. Okay? You know, you've come a long way with your project. Now is not quite the time to start celebrating yet. And that's going to be... Let's look at this one. So this is another card about having that mental fortitude, that single-minded focus, and just putting like all your efforts and your energy. You've got everything you need to build the house, to build the wall, to build the whatever it is that you want to build, but you've really got to put your mind and your focus into it. All right, so that's enough about the Saturn retrograde. Let's go into Mercury retrograde. The Mercury retrograde that is in the sign of Mercury. Oh, and I'm pretty sure that Saturn went into retrograde when the moon was in Aquarius. So that's a pretty fucking interesting, because Saturn rules Aquarius. All right, Mercury retrograde. Let's get 3 cards. What does Mercury retrograde have to teach my Instagram families and myself? These lessons are for me too. All right, we already had some jump out. Looky here. 3, 4. I guess I'm not getting 3. I'm getting 4. All in fucking reverse. Mercury retrograde in reverse. Okay, somebody's been being sneaky. You've let your guard down, and somebody's came and they're stealing all your fucking ammo. They've stolen your swords. They have stolen. They're very clever about it. Like, this was not like a brute force kind of thing. Like, this was potentially like a friend or a coworker or someone that you know, maybe someone that you didn't know, but someone who's spent a lot of time getting to know you and kind of staking things out. Yeah, this person was very, very fucking clever. Very clever, and they stole your shit. They stole your thunder. They stole your actual possessions. They stole your mental health, because anytime we get ransacked like that, it fucks us up as far as how vulnerable we are. Yeah, watch out for this person. There's a sneak afoot. That's left us out in the cold, but we're so wrapped up in this sense of lack, because being penetrated like that has screwed us up so much that we're not even really looking for available resources and not taking the time to plan ahead. Very interesting Mercury retrograde. The 4th card that jumped out was the 2 of Pentacles in reverse here, and that in reverse, that's showing an inability to remain balanced. So this is like finances, health, mental health, that sort of thing. This is an inability to balance life in this physical 3D realm. So all the water here that is representing, and see how it's like a rolling ocean, like emotional instability, just kind of like how life can have all those ups and downs. So like here he's balancing it, but in reverse it's like a lack of balance. So somebody got fucking sneaky and tried to steal your shit or stole your shit, and it rocked your world because it let you know exactly how vulnerable you were. Your defenses were down somewhere. It's left you in a state of lack, to the point where you're not even like able to gather your resources anymore and build yourself back up. And you're certainly not even asking for any sort of help when it's right fucking there. The light is shining, but you're too busy like looking down, or you got your head in your hands crying about all this, that you're not even paying attention. And certainly not able to plan. You know, this 2 of Wands upright, that's planning the future, you know, your little world right there. But in this reverse situation, you're too busy like mulling over like, how dare this person could have done this to you? How did I get myself in this situation? That you're not like looking forward. You've lost a lot of motivation with this. With Mercury retrograde, would this be with Mercury being a sign of communication, and the swords are like mental, so that can also be like how we communicate with each other. in that reverse side, this could be like an argument that you've had with someone and they just kind of like completely fucking undercut you. And that's left you like in this emotional state. So during this Mercury retrograde, watch your words and try not to let someone else running their mouth fucking undercut you to the point where, you know, you've got your head in your hands and you can't plan your next move. Okay? Because that's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to help you balance your life. So while this conversation or these mental mind games may have pulled the rug out from underneath you and made you feel like you don't have a future, you most certainly, as long as you are still walking and breathing and alive on this planet, you still have a future, okay? So do what you need to do to turn this card upright, to find that balance of mental health, physical health, finances, resources, healthy food, exercise, self-care in all the best ways, not eating fucking cheeseburgers. Okay, that's not self-care. I'm sorry. Who told you that? Fucking lied. Healthy, filling, nutritious foods, exercise, watching your finances, buying yourself the things that you need rather than just the things that you want. You know, maybe it is time to drop a dime on some nice shoes, but try and find something that's that happy medium between what looks good, but it's also going to like give your back the fucking support you need, because it's hard to look good if you can't walk in those shoes, baby girl. Like, it's just an example. But seriously, back to it. Like, during this Mercury retrograde, just do everything you can to find that balance amongst all of these like upheavals that tend to happen. So do like he is and busy yourself so much with your own shit that all the stuff that like life throws at you is in the background. Like, it's still there. Like, you're not ignoring it. You're acknowledging it, but you're not letting it just like overwhelm you and encompass you to the point where you can't make decisions about your own goddamn future. So whatever the hell it is that this person did that like undercut you so badly and made you feel vulnerable, there's some sneaky ass motherfuckers. So watch out for this person. Okay? And it may make you feel like you don't have any resources and that you've lost a friend. You know, a lot of you out there may be like losing friendships right now. You still have a future, and it's definitely 100% okay for you to start planning for your future. So turn this card right side up, plan for your future. It's okay to dream big and focus on yourself and what your physical 3D body needs. And I promise you everything else is going to fall into place. So I'm sorry that you guys had like this bad argument with this person. And that they that could even be like a stolen valor. When they did this, they stole something from you. Either they stole a piece of your mental health or they actually physically took something from you. And I'm sorry that this has happened, but just try to focus on your physical needs and maintaining some sense of balance in your life. So that way, like, you can move forward from this. If you just focus on that little bit, when the Mercury retrograde lifts, your life is going to take off again and things are going to you know, things are going to move forward again. Like I said at the beginning of the video, anytime things fall apart during these retrogrades, it is a time for you to focus on, you know, the fact that there was a weakness within that infrastructure, whatever it was, be it a relationship, be it a business thing, be it health, you know, whatever, because it all depends on which planet is in retrograde. But if something's fallen apart, then it may or may not need to be fixed, but it certainly needs to be evaluated. But don't like get stuck in it. Take care of yourself, take care of your body, take care of your mental health, and this will, you know, just baby steps forward. And when this Mercury retrograde lifts and those opportunities start coming your way again, you're going to be prepared for it. You're not going to be like mad scrambling around like, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go, I don't know how I'm going to, you know, get this handled and this, that, and the other, because you're going to be prepared again, okay? I promise that there's going to be like better opportunities coming. Whatever void that this person has left in your life, I promise you, like, you're going to do the self-care that it takes to get through all of that. And when the Mercury retrograde lifts, there's going to be something better for you to fulfill that void. So, yeah. It's a lot. This is another growing process for us. I mean, we just had an eclipse. We just had a full moon. We just had Saturn retrograde has begun and Mercury retrograde has begun, all within a week period of time. So we've all got like a lot of big shit ahead of us. Just try not to take it too hard on yourself. Take a step back and kind of look at this in like almost like a clinical kind of way. You know, almost like how like a doctor or a teacher or a scientist would just kind of like look at something and be like, okay, well, this didn't work. This is what needs to be changed. Or like an engineer, you know, this didn't work. This did work. This is what needs to change. This needs to be taken out and thrown away. This needs to be taken out and rewired. These people need to be moved over here. These people need to be fucking fired. It's that time of year. I would not try to push any new projects too far. Right now is a time for reworking projects and reworking friendships or reworking ourselves. Okay? It's not going to be, I say a month. I really feel like this is going to be kind of short, like a month, you know? But once we get through this month, like we're going to be seeing the residuals of our hard work like over the next 6 months. So be prepared for that. Maybe write it down like where you are now and what life is going to be like in 6 months is going to be a world apart. So you guys, I love you very, very much. If you're going through any issues, like please reach out to me. I would love to give you guys a reading, $30 for 30 minutes. Tuesday, I have some availability in the afternoon. So Tuesday afternoon this week. Saturday, if you guys are local, I have I'll be at the Capstone House again doing live readings. So definitely come out and see me then. Okay, you guys. I love you. Oh, see, we got the Queen of Swords. Use that mental power. Using that mental power to decipher through the bullshit, speaking your truth, you know, say what you mean and mean what you say. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, a little bit more self-care, baby. A little bit more, go get you some sunshine. It is June. Go outside and get some sunshine. Get a little color on your skin, okay? We absorb the vitamin D. Go get that. Go, you got that passion, you got that fire, girl, go get that, okay? Okay. You got good stuff coming to you, but take care of yourself in the process, all right? I love you all so very, very much. Get in contact with me through the DMs, private messages, what have you, smoke signals, I don't give a fuck. I love you all. Blessings. Good night.